My first time coming face to face with a great white shark, hear me say, I was like, I could feel my heart in my throat. I was freaking out.
It's not your average sport, nor is it the type of sport one would jump for. Because not everyone is brave enough to go daily into the ocean and hope to come face to face with a great white, tiger or bull shark. But Zandi Ndhlovu is defying the odds. Facing sharks, head on, alone.
And diving with sharks, for me, is a reminder of the important work of reminding people that Jaws is not true, but also that sharks are not what we think they are. And when you think of the global challenge that we have around the world, of the threats that are facing our ocean, part of it includes the fact that people fish and kill sharks in certain parts of the world. And if people are killing sharks, we have a bigger problem because we do not have the key animal that is keeping the ecosystem in check.
Her ocean started while she tried snorkeling on holiday to Bali back in 2016. She then swiftly got her scuba diving certificate the following year and now has her instructor certificate in what is known as free diving with no equipment.
The more you free dive, the more your brain and your world and your mind expands because you're diving on just this one breath. And for me, that was the journey. And the sharks came when I was still scuba diving. And then that just grew as I started freediving, because when you're freediving, everything gets closer to you because you're not loud. So like, as you're freediving, the sharks will like come up to you like this, and you're kind of like, you know.
Ndhlovu is also passionate about giving back and empowering children in her community through her foundation. The aim is to introduce the ocean to the country's black youth, millions of whom live in impoverished townships where beach trips are a luxury and swimming skills in short of supply.
When I became a freediving instructor in 2020, the first thing I did was open a foundation because I wanted to create access to the ocean in Black and brown communities. So I work Gwalanga, and we take the kids out on educational snorkel excursions every 2 Saturdays in a month. And for me, it is the work of helping to educate about our oceans, but also to bridge that gap. Because I was 28 when I first got to see beneath the surface for the first time. We work with kids that are between 10 and 15 years old. So you're bridging at that important gap of, you know, when kids are thinking, what do I want to do for a living?
But daring to go into uncharted waters has not come without its own challenges.
I think some of the challenges that I faced in the beginning was being the outsider, right? So like whether people are saying, oh, what are you going to do with all of that hair? And I found that quite extremely offensive because, you know, girl, you grow up your entire life and your hair is policed in how it should show up in society and in how it should be held. And I remember, you know, so it was wetsuits that don't fit. But most importantly, it was the fact that on a lot of my courses, people would be speaking Afrikaans and not English. Yeah. And so the entire time I'd have to be like, hi, can we come back to English? And so I think for me, that was a big place that said, I want to normalize Black people being water people because we are water people.
Ndhlovu has already written a children's book titled Zandi's Song, which is conservation focused, focusing on things such as plastic pollution and the beauty of the ocean for those who wish to explore it, like she has. Lerato Fekisi, SABC News, Gqeberha.